Alright, so I'm actually going to go in here, guys. I am going to buy. I'm only going to go halfway of that. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to SuttyTrades. So what are we up to today? What have I got in store? I'm sorry, guys. You might hear a bit of the fan. It is a hot day, but the AC is even louder. So I've got the fan running, so that's probably why it sounds like I am speaking to you in a gale force wind. So I just wanted to update you guys on where I am, where I'm heading, plan, etc. So as you guys know from the last video, I did not get to the profit target for the challenge, but I've been doing a lot of kind of fiddling around with the EMA strategy, my back pocket strategy, the one I'm kind of using at the moment. I'm still testing the order block strategy. I'm still kind of interested in that. I'm not giving up on that because I do think there's so much potential. But the markets recently have been just, I don't know, like very bearish markets for the most part. I mean, most of the markets I trade are kind of just heading in one direction. And I think you can still trade order blocks when market is like that. I'm not saying that, but for me, I feel like I don't have enough consistency for me. You know, I think other traders can probably trade with the results I'm getting, but I don't know. I think I just sorry. I kind of have a goal in mind. I have a set target in mind, and I'm trying to do everything I can to achieve that. Um, Not effortlessly, because I don't think there's such a thing in trading. I think trading is always going to be tough. It's kind of finding a balance of the strategy that's working for you. And the thing for me, this EMA strategy, every strategy has its weak points, right? And this EMA strategy is so good when it's good. But if you hit a big trend, it can get a little bit dicey. It can be, you know, you can go into some heavy drawdown. And if you have, like for me, if I had $100,000 of my own that I could put into a trading account, I would trade this without even thinking twice. Because if I know that I can go into, you know, 10%, even 20% drawdown, I honestly think, I don't think there's such a thing as like 100%, but I'm like 98% sure that it wouldn't lose, you know? You would get some heavy drawdown periods, but you would come back from them. And in fact, the heavier drawdown you're in, the more profit you'll actually end up raking in. So I did do a FTMO trial where I was kind of like testing things. I was testing lower lower starting lot sizes and then slightly higher, and changing my my ladder. So essentially, this EMA strategy is a cost averaging strategy, basically. So you've got to understand the numbers. You've got to understand every market. You've got to understand how much of a move you can stand with, how many trades you can go into. So all of this stuff is what I've been kind of testing. I've been playing around with, and I kind of yesterday actually started a new trial. So the last trial, I think I got to halfway there, because you only have 14 days when you take the FTMO trial. I got halfway there. But you know, I wasn't trading all the time. I was kind of like trading in and out, testing things, and I still got to around just over $200. I think close to 250. So halfway there, because 500 is the target. So I started yesterday, and I actually have gone a much higher lot size, but I have moved my ladder almost double. So I'm now at a 50 pip, not a 50, 5 pip ladder, and it's actually gone extremely well. And the other thing I'm doing, before I would basically just go into any market and trade as soon as, you know, my price is moving a set distance away from my EMAs, which is fine. But sometimes you get stuck in very big trends. So the thing I've started looking in is I'll look at all the markets, see when is a good time to trade, but then quickly switch over to the 4 hour and just have a look to see where is market going, where is price going, you know? So I don't want to be buying against an extremely strong bearish market unless I'm hitting an area where there is potential bounce. Then I can just, quickly make some money off of that bounce. So I'm no longer just going in anywhere. I'm kind of filtering my trades a little bit more, but you can still sit in front of the market in front of your screen, and within 5-10 minutes you're trading. So for example, I literally got my coffee before I um, started this video. I've gone into like 3 or 4 trades already. I mean, it's not even been half an hour, and I have, you probably won't see it, I've already made for the day just shy of $12. Um, and for a $10,000 account to hit a 10% profit target, my target is $50 a day. Yesterday I hit $96, so I doubled that, and I think I made 60 before lunch. So it's actually going extremely well. I'm already $100. If I keep doing this in 5 days, I'll pass this trial. And then at that point, I think I'm ready to take this over to the My Forex funds for the free retake I have, and go for it. So I don't think I'll go this aggressive, because if I can make $100 a day, my starting lot size is 0.1 when it used to be 0.02, 0.03. But I had a 2.5 pip ladder. I know a lot of this probably won't make sense to anyone if you don't understand the EMA strategy. If you guys are interested in the EMA strategy, please just hit me up. I've already had a couple guys ask me where they can find that, and I've pointed them in the right direction. And the EMA strategy is not for everyone, guys, because when you do hit those losers, they can be big losers. But if you understand price and you understand general market bias, are we kind of in a bearish market, which we are now for the most part, for most of the pairs I trade, or are we in a bullish market, or are we generally, ranging? And I'm talking about the higher time frames. For example, if I go to, so let's say the GBP USD, you can see we are moving down very strongly, right? So if I pop over to the 4 hour on this, you can still see it's a bearish market. It's moving down, and it has been for weeks. So if I'm going to sell, right, or I'd prefer to sell. Let me say, if I'm going to buy on this, I want to see on the 4 hour kind of an area, and even if there's no area now, like we are hitting lows. If I go to the daily, we are now coming into an area over here on the daily where we could have some bounce. So if you want to buy now on the 1 minute on the EMA, the way I do it, you want to wait for some big moves away, right? So for example, you could have potentially gone in there, but you would have started there. You would have been placing every five, and then you would have definitely raked in all the profit over here. Again, you might have gone in over here. I would have waited a little bit. So with these ones, if I know it's a bearish market and I'm buying against it, I want to wait. I would normally go in there, but now I would wait for like 1 or 2 more candles, right? So I would wait to see that, or I'd wait till the end of the candle to see some kind of wick like that. Then I would go in, right? So wait for some kind of price action before you actually enter, especially if you're going against. Now, the safer way to do this is, this is a bearish market right now. We are massively. So I would wait for it to come over the 50, and then I would start selling. I'd sell. I would have closed there. I'd have waited. Maybe would have started selling there. Would have sold, and we could have made massive profits. Again, wait for price to come above. So maybe up there I would have started selling, and then I go for the other side of the 9, sell. So kind of looking at the overall bias of the market and using that as your baseline, or just an understanding of, if I'm going to buy against a bearish market, trade carefully, you know. Like, yeah, I would have maybe bought right at the bottom here, and it would have been good. Now there is news coming up. I like news. I don't like to trade in the news. I like to wait for the news to happen, and I wait for the volatility, because this EMA strategy works extremely well with volatility. So as soon as the news affects the market, then I look at going in, you know. So this is actually happening in 2 minutes. So let's just actually watch this. We can see what's going on. So yeah, like I said yesterday, guys, I almost hit 100, almost hit 2 times what I was aiming for. I think the lowest my drawdown was at any point was around 90. So not bad at all. Reading the markets, looking at the overall bias has hugely changed this. I mean, it was a fantastic strategy before with some really dodgy areas and times. Now those kind of risky, dodgier times have I've reduced them. So I'm feeling really good about this. You know, and I think it is actually, I was saying in the past that it's not really the best strategy to trade prop firms. But how I'm trading it now, where you're a little bit more cautious about where you're going in, you're understanding market, you're looking at bias, all that kind of stuff. I actually think it's a fantastic strategy to use, because you can go a little bit more aggressive, and you kind of play a game of numbers, right? Because yes, if you play aggressively, you might lose. Make sure that you're not going over that daily. You know, always pull out when you're about to hit that daily and take the loss and then carry on. You know, worst case scenario, look for that free retake, but push it every day. Push it. And I think you're either, even if you lose the account, there we go, there's news. So now what I will do is I will wait. Let me actually go over to the live trades. See, I would have actually placed my trade there. Love that when it's volatile like that. So let's go have a look. Switch over to this screen now, guys. I will show you this. All right, so I'm actually going to go in here, guys. I am going to buy. I'm only going to go halfway of that, which is, that's already $6. Man, you see that move back already. And now what I'll do is I'll start building my ladder. I look for 50. Around 50, it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be exact, just a rough guide, really. And now I'll start buying against this. When you have a massive move like that, you're generally going to have some kind of retracement, right? So that's what we want to bank on. We want to bank on those retracements. And I could close this early, but I would like that to get to about the 5. There we go. I'm going to close this now already. So that's really quick. $5 we just banked right there, guys. And that's what I'm talking about, the news. Look at this. So my volume indicator here, look at how far, because of news, we went over that volume. So just being patient, waiting for news to happen, and then trade against that. It was always going to go bearish there, right? So what I could have done before the news, I could have maybe gone into like sells there and held them and just see after the news, see what happens. But I played it that way, so there's 2 ways you can play it. So with that, guys, I mean, I've literally only traded, I'd say maybe 20 minutes. There we go, $17, guys. So let me see if we can get into some other trades here again. So this is an example here, guys. So normally I would have looked at buying in over here. Maybe I will. But what I do is I go over to the 4 hour. And then when you look at the 4 hour, let me just clean it up a bit. You can see, right, we're kind of hitting this area here. So we're coming to the bottom of that. If I draw a line here, this is what I'm talking about. You've kind of, price has been really struggling to get past there, right? So we could potentially look at buying in back to that. So now what I could do, I should have bought there. I missed that. So I'll wait for it to push away. Or if it pushes up here, somewhere up here, let me just use this. If it pushes back up to about here, I'm going to sell because, you know, we are in a bearish market. So you want it to come up between the 50 and the 20. If it pushes past the 50, even better. So let's see. Just keep looking at the other markets again. I would have probably normally traded there, but look how bearish it is. So it doesn't make sense to buy at this point. Like now we're in no man's land. We're coming up to an order block there, so potentially look at buying, but you know, for me, it's too risky. That has potential to move a long way. It is, every time it is coming back to the 50. We've had a big move there, so I mean we could potentially buy here. Let me have a look, guys. I mean, maybe because we're coming up to that 4 hour, we could do a little way away from a daily order block. There's a 4 hour order block. On the 1 hour, I can't see it. No, I think that one I'd rather be selling, to be honest. Let's go back to the euro. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm going to start selling over here. Oh, just a bit delayed there. So now what I do is I would have liked it to go a little bit higher there, guys. So now I just build my ladder against that. I go to 50, so you can see I've got a long way to... It's a fairly big ladder, so it's, you know, I'm quite safe with these moves. And we know we're in a bearish market, so selling is always going to be safer. And even if you have a turnaround point, it doesn't just turn and shoot, you know. Normally it'll come back, go up, come back, retest, and then go. So it's always better to trade with the trend, because even if it turns, there's that chance of the retest, right? And that's where you can close. So that's kind of how I trade that, guys. So let's see what happens with this one. This is about $3. I'm good to get about $3-4 from that. I mean, you could potentially push that. I wouldn't push that past this wick, because that was a news wick, so it's not necessarily going to go straight back to that. So let's see how this goes, guys. I mean, ideally you'd like this potentially to come and pick up this, because it'll be the first time it's breaking the 50, right? So it's probably going to test it and then bounce back if it does get to the 50. This is what I'm saying, guys. Once you have a better understanding of price, overall direction, what you see price to potentially be doing, being aware of the news, all that kind of stuff, obviously. But this EMA strategy then becomes a lot more powerful once you start understanding what market is potentially going to do. I mean, even if this breaks this over here, you've got this whole area here, right, as an area of interest or a support or resistance. So, you know, I'm going to be in 2 trades when it turns, if it does. I mean, I would like it to actually pick this one up, because the more trades I've opened, more positions I've opened, when it turns, the more I'm going to bank, right? So let's just keep watching this one. It was not meant to be a live trading, but, you know, let's just rolling with it. Let's go. Let's do some live trades here. Okay, I'm just going to pop back quickly, guys, to this. I wanted to show you guys client area. Okay, so this was the one I did before. There we go, 240, as you can see there. The one I just finished like a couple days ago. I think it ended on the 10th of May, 2 days ago. 240, so we made it halfway there. And that was without too much stress. If we look at the metrics, we did have some drawdown. Actually, not too much, to be honest. I mean, look at that equity curve. Now, check this out, guys. Look at this right here. Win rate, 81%. Profit factor is a 7. I mean, these numbers, these things, the stats don't lie. So it's going pretty well, guys, so far. And I'm not saying this is a strategy that's gonna... So this I started yesterday, guys. So here we go. As you can see, a little bit more because I'm risking higher amounts. There's a little bit more, you know, all over the place. Not all over the place, rarely. 73%. Okay, we've just picked up another one. Let's have a look. Okay, we've picked up our second order there. I'll come back to that. But as you can see, guys, it's still early on, so, you know, it's going to pick up, taking less trades. So this strategy, actually, the more trades you may take, the higher your win rate, which is weird, right? So 73, and isn't it crazy that I'm almost a little bit disappointed with that win rate, 73% win rate. I'm like, yeah. Average risk to reward. I'm probably closing these ones a little bit earlier. I could probably let some of these ride a bit, which I am gonna do. I am gonna work on that. Profit factor is a 2.85, so everything looking good, guys. But the key here is second day in, we are on $108 already, guys. I've made 17 today. Yesterday I made 93. So let's see what's happening with this trade. All right. So as you guys can see, it's pushing down. We have got a big tail there. So what I might do is I might actually close this one when we have about $4 profit on this one, and then just reopen it. That's what you can do, guys. If you think there's going to be a bit of fluctuation and it's going to be bouncing around that area for a while, open and close them, open and close them, open and close them, you know. So let's say if we move strongly down now, I might leave it. Might close this one at around 4. Okay, there we go. I'm going to close that one and then I'll just reopen it. So we just banked $4. So always remember what you've banked. You've banked $4. Okay, bam, I'm going to close that. That's quick $5 done. I'm happy with that. I could probably could let that one ride. This is what I'm talking about. I could let the winners run a little bit, but like I said, if you go to the 4-hour, we are at this area, so there is a potential that price could be turning now. So you know, you've got to be a little bit more careful with this. You've got to just kind of take your profits when it's there. So there we go, guys. Let's go back to this screen. If we quickly refresh that, there we go. And just like that, what is our profit? Oh, it's not refreshed yet. Has it refreshed? No, it's still saying 17. If I look at my phone, $21.60. Just like that, guys. We're almost halfway to the daily target, and I'm going to push for another 100 today. So that's kind of where I am, guys. I'm still 50-50 whether I just hold the free retake in my back pocket for the time and go ahead with the accelerated, because that you can earn straight away, and you have that 10% drawdown. Now with a 10% drawdown with this EMA, whew, you know, it gives you a lot more wiggle room, man. So, but it is more expensive to buy into. So I'm probably looking at either starting with the 5,000 or the 10,000, like I said. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for the time being, this is looking really good, guys. We refresh this. Has it refreshed yet? There we go. $21 for the day. 74% win rate. Profit factor creeping up. So you know, it's looking pretty good, guys. This is just, you know, slowly churning in some money. Now the thing is, if I pop back to the screen, so I could have let that. I probably could have. Oh, I could have made like 10, 15, possibly even $20 on this one. But it is a bearish market. I've got to kind of let the market do its thing, right? I closed. They were both profit. They were both, you know, counts as a win. But these are the things I've still got to work on. Is maybe holding my winners a little bit longer. What did I want to say? I lost my train of thought now. So I'm currently on a 0.1 on a $10,000 account. That is high, but I am using this 50 pip, a 5 pip stop, not stop, sorry, 5 pip ladder. So, you know, I can go quite a long way with this ladder. Probably can't quite go to what you call it, 100. So it is risky. This is a riskier, but I am now really looking at market bias, looking at price action, looking at all those things that I wasn't looking at before. Before I was looking at the EMA strategy as just a, you know, you don't have to know anything, just enter whenever. And that can work sometimes, but not all the time. And the times that it doesn't work, it can hurt you. So now that I've kind of put all of this stuff into the same basket or the same strategy, I tell you what, man, it's made a huge difference, and I'm feeling. I mean, I'm always saying I'm feeling confidence. Confidence is good, right? But now I don't know. I feel like this is going to get me there. So anyway, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I just do the free retake, go for the 10K account, and then take the profits from that and buy into the other one? Because like I said, at the end of the day, I want to try and get as many different streams of income as I can from trading. So I'd like to get obviously the $10,000 account with my forex funds. I've got that free retake, so I might as well do it. Then with the profits of that, I am going to buy into the accelerated. I'd like to buy into the 10 or even the 20 if possible. So maybe it's just waiting and letting the profits from this come in, buy into that, and then once I am making money from both of them, taking those profits and starting to buy into the FTMO and doing that EA, letting that EA trade. Now, the interesting thing about that EA, which is a Blue Edge Financial, these guys are actually doing a webinar tomorrow. I'm actually going to be up tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock in the morning to attend this webinar. And I have used this automated trader, this EA bot, before. It's called Titan X, and it is fantastic. But there was times there was like, more of a bot to trade on your own account, because you need to go into some heavy drawdown sometimes. But they've kind of been working on this for the last 10 months, like tweaking it, looking at numbers, trading it live, doing back tests on it, because they now have a way that they can back test it over years and years and years of data. So they have been tweaking and playing with the settings to a point where now they are calling it prop farming. They are so confident with this EA, not only in passing the challenges, and I'm not saying it's going to be a 100% pass rate, because nothing can do that. But they say once you've passed your challenge, that's the riskiest part, right? Then you just dial down your settings to basically just to be doing like maybe even 5% a month. And then imagine getting to a point where you can pass 5 different $200,000 accounts with this EA. So you have 5 different accounts with the EA, and on a $200,000 account, it's making 5% a month. I mean, you're looking at, what is that? $10,000 a month, 8,000 maybe if you're so 10% of 200 would be 20,000, right? So you're making 5,000. So call it $4,000 a month. No, 8,000. Sorry, $8,000 a month from each one. Times the 5, they're all passively making you 40K a month. I mean, just crazy. So that's kind of where I'm headed. I'll be attending this webinar tomorrow, seeing what they've been up to, having a look at how viable this is. Is it just kind of them trying to sell their thing? But I've used it before, so I know that it's the best EA I have ever seen on the market. I have ever used, because most EAs, to be honest, are, excuse my language, shit. But this is a different beast. It is a Titan, and I think with the settings these guys have figured out, I think it's. Oof, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to so I'm serious about all this stuff, man. So let me know what you guys think. Do the free retake and then buy in, or just go straight into the other one and take the free retake at another time. Let me know. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think. I'll let you know what I decide. I am aiming to pass this FTMO account in 5 days. That's my target. I'm looking at $100 a day. Target is 500. So your minimum trading days is 5, and I want to try and get as close to that profit target on that 5th day. So let's see, guys. And if I can pass this in 5, 6, 7 days, man, I'm feeling good about it. Anyway, we will catch you guys in the next video. The next video will probably be me going over the final results of this and then telling you where I'm going Am I doing free retake? Am I buying in to the accelerated? So I'll keep you guys posted. Like I said, if you guys are interested in any of the stuff I've talked about, EA, the strategy, I can't really go into too much. I can, if you know the strategy, if you have bought the strategy, if you use a similar strategy, I can definitely help with how I trade that strategy and what I've done to make it 10 times better. And as you can see by the results, it's working well, working really well. That understanding of market, that understanding of bias, that understanding of candlesticks, the patterns, the price action has just changed everything. And I just like, I don't know why I didn't look at this stuff before. Before I was just trading blind. But yeah, there we go, guys. We will catch you guys in the next one. I am super excited about the next few months because I think it's going to be interesting whichever way it goes, because I'm going all in, man. Not all in, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm excited, super excited. And who knows, 2 years from now, let's see, can we have those five accounts with the EA bots making me 40 grand a month passively without me doing anything? Whew, that'll be nice. Anyway, guys, we will see you guys soon. Take it easy, take care, and yeah, bye for now.